Byron's introducing himself as part of this little, I'm going to say battalion, but I know that's not the right word, and explaining that he and his fellow knights have been sent here to work with Galahad to hunt down the vampiric scourge in the Henford-on-Bagley region. Hi, this is Cass from Mozzie Cass Plays, and welcome back to the noble generation of my Medieval Legacy Challenge. This is actually take 2, because when I gave Felix and his infant makeover, my game did not come out of the loading screen. Didn't crash, just never exited the loading screen. So I was sitting there looking at a plum bomb forever. So I figured I'd just start again, it's fine. So I've just got Amy going to potty train little Edward, and Felix, his birthday is technically today. Oh my god. I was planning on aging him up when Gabriel got home, but then I remembered that I'd said because he was premature that I wasn't going to age him up early because I wanted him to have a longer infant stage. Also, he went through that whole burnt out thing. He has a mental fog again. I can't click on it. Every time I mouse over it, it closes. There we go. I will see what I can do to get rid of that when he comes home, but I suspect I'm probably not going to be able to get rid of it. I might have him take tomorrow off. He's got like 5 days of leave, so that's fine. So Lucas is out here feeding the chooks. Boston's going to go take care of the cow. Yes, I have my elders doing all of the farm chores at the moment, but that's because poor Amy is flat chat, and the butler AI doesn't include the Henford-on-Bagley, like the stuff that we got with, I've forgotten the name of the pack. I've totally mentally blanked on that. I want to call it farming together. Cottage living, that's it. I'm like something living. Now he's on the potty. Just go lie down. Just go have a nap. We'll get you as much sleep as we can. I'm sure that Felix is going to start crying again soon. Now, I did, in exciting news for me, but hopefully also for you guys, go CC shopping for infant related things before I started recording this part. So we have a CC change table here. We have a CC bassinet. One of the things I actually want Boston to do is upgrade this to add the baby mobile. I was debating to myself whether we would use the baby mobile. You could say it was like a basic mechanical wind up music box, but I probably won't use it. I also got new default eyes by Kijiko, and I got infant eyelashes, which is great. My infants look 100 times better now. I got a little bit of clothes and hair CC, but not a lot. But the other thing I got was one of these. In fact, I got a couple of different reskins of this. Obviously, it's not super realistic in medieval times that they'd have playmats like this at all, but that's the way infants work in the game, and obviously there are skills you want your infants to acquire, and this is how you do it. Wait, why are you wearing outdoor wear? Where are you going? Edward, come back. I'm actually impressed he can use the stairs. I didn't think he had that much movement skill. Movement level 2, communication 1, thinking 3, because those Panda Summer CC items give thinking, and then a little bit of imagination and potty, but not a lot. So Gabriel, he's obviously been in the office, like wherever the estate's business is run from. He's learned the news, read mail, that kind of thing, and he's received a letter from his mother saying that the king has declared war based on the murder of his mother by Vlad, he goes by Lord Vladislav Stroud, but he's actually the king of the Forgotten Kingdom. He's top dog, chief vampire. So there are humans in the Forgotten Kingdom, but it's exactly the kind of kingdom you'd imagine it would be. It's not a great place to be a human. The king's probably also saying, you know, we'll liberate the humans in the Forgotten Kingdom as well. So one of the things that has happened is that because this is the place where Vlad came, the king sent like a small, I'm going to use the word squadron, but that's probably not the right word. I don't know what you call a collection of knights. He sent 4 knights in a barracks. In fact, this is actually the barracks here. And they are, basically they've been deployed here. Come back here, actually, now that you're here. They've been deployed here to, wait, why does it say move in house from gallery? Visit residence. There we go. It was just being weird. So before I unpause, shout out to the person on the gallery that made this. I don't remember the name of the creator. The name of the gallery item is AoE Barracks, which I'm assuming is Age of Empires. I could be wrong. I haven't actually played that game. I've added CC though to make it more fit in with my style, but it was great because it was built for a medieval world or whatever. It's got no electronics or anything in it when I downloaded it, so that was fantastic. This sim is out the front, so we're gonna have Gabriel say hello. This is Sir Byron Hall. Byron is... Oh, we're a shining beacon of positivity. Now, Byron is active, romantic, and hot-headed. Gabriel's very good at reading people. Byron's introducing himself as part of this little, I'm going to say battalion, but I know that's not the right word, and explaining that he and his fellow knights have been sent here to work with Galahad, not to Galahad, but with Galahad under their own commander, to hunt down the vampiric scourge in the Henford-on-Bagley region. Obviously, they're assuming there's some reason. Either Vlad found out the Queen was coming to visit Amy. Maybe that's probably what they're assuming, is that Vlad had some intel on Amy and was looking for her and her mother. Say hello to the puppies as well. Oh, look, they're giving each other a bath. So Gabriel's saying that he's Amy's husband, which obviously makes him a person of interest for a couple of reasons. In a he needs protection way, but also in a he was there when the Queen died way, because they know this. Like Byron's saying you should come in and meet my commander and the other knights. You know, it would be good to be able to talk to you. Now, they have 3 vampire hunting hounds. So we've got Apollo and this one over here, Persephone. They're attack dogs, basically. They're trained to chase, grab, and bring down so the knights can kill vampires. And this dog Tracker is a hound and is trained to smell them out. Byron watched the way the dogs interacted with Gabriel, and the fact that none of them growled or anything. Also the fact, I mean, it is evening. I actually think a vampire could probably be out at this time of night, but it is still quite light. We're going inside the house so we can knock on the door, even though it's open. I don't know where all that smoke's coming from. That's actually hilarious. Something about how they built it. They've put in some kind of smoke generator. Amazing. I love it. So I'm going to get him to come down here. So Byron's working out with the workout machine. Just ignore the electronic sounds. That is also ZXTACC, as is a lot of the stuff in here. Like this little tactical table where they're planning their assault on the Forgotten Kingdom. All of that stuff. I was hoping that the other knights... Oh, these are chimneys. That's why it's coming up through the floor. I get it now. Gosh, this is smoky up here. This is a health hazard. I gotta tell you, Byron, not safe. The other knights are not even here. So I guess Byron would have known that. Maybe he was saying it would be good for you to meet my commander, but obviously he's not here. So we're gonna just say hello to the puppy, because this is a good dog. This is a very good dog. Who's your good vampire killing puppy? I don't actually think the dogs would kill the vampires. I think they just bring them down. Now, one thing Gabriel did notice, which you wouldn't have necessarily seen on the way in, is this little thing. There's obviously a big bonfire here, but also this little... Oh, I forgot to put that away. This is a spot that is intended and has presumably been used to shackle vampires. It's under the holy symbol. There's garlic there, there's rope, there's a ball and chain. And the purpose of this, I would imagine, is fairly clear. The idea is that you tie the vampire up. This wall faces, I would say in Australia that it faces north, because when I was looking at it in build mode, on this side, it gets sun all day. In the northern hemisphere, I would say it faces south. Same thing. Oh, one of the other knights has just come. So do a polite introduction to him. This is Ratcliffe. He's actually the trainer of the dogs, as well as being a knight. Now, it is getting quite late. What I might do, I don't think they'd let this young noble walk back to his estate on his own. There's a house from here. It's so dark and misty. I think we're back this way. We're across the river. Up on the hill. There we are. So I'm going to have these two walk back here together. Oh, there's the head knight. Do a polite introduction to him. So this is Sir Abram. The other two knights are basically saying, you know, this is young Lord Gabriel Whitlock. He's the nephew of Lucas Ward. Now, because it is well after dark, Lionheart So Abram Lionheart is actually going to tell Gabriel he has to stand in front of the mirror. This is here beside the door specifically so they can look for reflections. Abram is looking over his shoulder, confirming he has a reflection. Well, this is the last night, by the way. His name is Sir Tatum Stout. So Lionheart has walked back with Gabriel. I've just got Gabriel coming in because he's desperately hungry. And Lionheart's having some food as well, so that's fine. You're welcome, sir. Lionheart's asking Gabriel what he remembers of the night that the king's mother passed away, that Queen Arabella passed away. Gabriel's saying, you know, Arabella had just arrived visiting, and then the vampire appeared on the doorstep, and I didn't invite him in. You know, I went outside with my holy symbol and basically challenged him and said he needed to leave. But then Arabella heard shouting. She came out to see what was going on. And the next thing I knew, I woke up face down on the ground and her body was beside me. So, look, he's actually talking about vampires. Probably not in such an excited way, though, my dude. That doesn't seem appropriate. Lionheart's explaining that his experience on the battlefield and having dealt with vampires in the past is that, and he sort of lowers his voice and says, the holy symbols of the Order of the Watcher don't appear to have a great effect on them. Garlic does help, but only a little. Now, obviously, that's something that would be deeply scandalous information in the Church of the Order of the Watcher. Like, Jacob would have been horrified to learn that his faith meant nothing because he believed that it did. Gabriel's at least getting that piece of information, but Lionheart's explaining basically that him and his men are here specifically to hunt for Vlad, more generally to protect this family, which is why they've been posted to a barracks just up the road. The good thing is that the king doesn't actually blame Gabriel or Amy for what happened to the queen. Lionheart probably had explicit instructions to check Gabriel to make sure he hadn't been turned, because the letter that they got from Lucas said that Gabriel was there when the queen was killed, and not necessarily that Gabriel was complicit in what happened, but that he might have been turned by Vlad. Lionheart was actually under instructions, if not from the king, then definitely from his chain of command, from the knighthood, to make sure that Gabriel wasn't compromised by his encounter with Vlad. One thing I had decided was, after Felix and Edward, I'm not going to have Gabriel and Amy try for baby anymore. I'm going to have them just woohoo. And if she gets pregnant, she gets pregnant. I have like 10% chance. I know I've said this to you guys a ton. I have a 10% chance in MC Command Center of accidental pregnancy. I know it works because in my off-screen save, I got very unlucky and I had 2 female sims in the same household get accidentally pregnant within half a week of each other. It was a nightmare. It's fine. So I am actually going to queue, because he does need fun. I am going to queue for him and Amy to woohoo. If they get pregnant, they get pregnant. The rules for this gen say that they need to have quote unquote lots of children. I don't know how you would consider lots. Obviously, at the moment we have space for 2 more kids in the house. I would not want more than probably 4 children at this generation. Felix aged up. I'm annoyed I wasn't looking at him, but it's not really a surprise. There's a lot going on in this house. Now, last time I aged him up, he got calm. I'm going to give him calm again, because in my mind, he's calm. These Sims like to watch the world, are less likely to cry or become angry, and don't grow tired of activities as easily as other infants. However, they are less likely to explore the world on their own. Let's have a look at him. He's got the smile milestone. That's great. Whoa, that's some excitement. Oh, the pacifier's interfering with the eyelashes. I will give him a makeover. I am going to actually save the game this time before I go into Cass, because it was exiting Cass after Felix's makeover last time where it all went wrong. Red hair, blue eyes was what he got last time. So we'll see if he got that again this time. So if you were wondering whether the eye and hair colour was hard-coded into newborns at Generation of Newborn, it's not, because this time he's actually aged up with brown eyes, like really dark. What he aged up with last time was that colour. So I am going to go back to that just because, again, in my mind, that's what he has. And I had chosen this hair for him. He last time aged up with curly hair, like really tightly curly hair. And it didn't seem to fit with his parents' haircut. I figured Gabriel's got like a loose wave. It's more or less straight, but a tiny wave. And his brother has curly hair. So I figured this kind of wavy hair fit. All right, you guys, this is little Felix. Obviously, you've already seen his adorable little face. And his faux medieval makeover. I have got some CC for infants now. Not a ton, though. So I've done my best. But things like buttons didn't exist in medieval times, I don't believe. So, you know, a lot of my characters are wearing that kind of stuff. So I'll just quickly run through his outfits. This is probably the thing we'll see him in the most, to be perfectly honest with you. This is his party wear, little dude. Very cute. This is hot weather. One thing I did think was that when he ages up to a child, I want to give him a trait that reflects that he was born premature. If you think about in modern times, if a baby is premature, the mother's given, I think, steroid injections, stuff to help stimulate the baby's lung growth. And I thought it'd be good to have him have a trait that reflects his being a little bit sickly. Now, he has aged up with his slider all the way up here. It's because I fed him right before I aged him up. What I'm going to do to reflect the fact, again, that he is a sickly little boy is pull it all the way down and make him really skinny, because he doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones. Again, that's the thing that's quite common in premature kids. Normally, I don't ever touch the weight slider, but in this instance, my story says he's sickly and not as robust as his brother, not as healthy and robust as his brother. I'm gonna cross my fingers. This is where it froze last time. This little spinny thing just kept spinning forever. All right, you guys, that took some doing because it did hang again. So what I've done is I've put him in all EA stuff. I assume it's some of that custom content that I downloaded is causing the issue. But I did keep the eyes, the default eyes, because I knew they were fine. And I kept the eyelashes because I've used Kashiko stuff for ages and I figured that would be fine. So the clothes won't be quite exactly the same as what you guys just saw, but they're similar. It's similar. All right. So Gabriel has taken the day off because he was up most of the night. And I've got Edward down here showing his mum a toy because he... Ooh, that's really... Look, Lucas, you're not bad, but I don't like that you're doing that right there. Yeah, you could do that. You grab that toy. Do it! Yeah, he did it! He did it good. I do want to try and get Edward to 5s in everything. It would be really useful to us if, given he's our heir, he had 5s across the board. That'd be awesome. Now, Gabriel did tell Amy about, you know, why the knights are here and stuff. She's probably feeling quite reassured by that, but also very nervous at the idea that maybe she might have been one of the targets of Vlad. She and Gabriel know Judith was a vampire. That's like a secret of the family. I know, Felix, it's so unfair. Little guy. Look, I feel like that half the time too, I'm not gonna lie. He's got a really elfin kind of face. I know that's partly because I did make him thinner. Oh, hang on, wait, that's not fair. Felix hates being held. He dislikes being held, by, especially by a non-caregiver. However, this little fox over here, let's just take a moment and respect the fact that he is passing away. I didn't even know that fox's name. His name was James. Oh, Franklin wants to be best friends with Gabriel. Look, I will say yes. This is creepy. Are you sure you're not the vampire? This is very creepy behavior. If I'd known you'd done that, I would have said no. Maybe he's come over to make sure we survive the night or something. I don't want you in my bedroom. You can go away. What I should actually do, given he's slept off his day's meal, I should have him work on his piano skill a bit. I'm so exhausted. Having all these children in the house is so tiring. That's not very medieval music. Oh, that sounds so cool. I am sad that the CC that I downloaded, I'm going to have to do some troubleshooting to figure out which one it was that was causing the game to hang. I have been recording this so long because of the freezing issue that I had that it's actually my dinner time. So I am going to wrap this part up here. What is with all of these knights being like, hey, can I be your friend? I mean, Gabriel shakes their hand and he gets 50% friendship, and then he talks to them for a tiny bit and suddenly they're besties. So that's fun. I am going to wrap this part up here. Obviously, because it's The Sims, I can't really go in depth on the war with the Forgotten Realm. I'm thinking a lot of it, if it happens in this gen, is just going to be off camera, because the epic battles and attempting to burn places down and all of the kind of things that would be happening, we can just get news on them and that kind of thing. Whether it will get resolved in this gen or whether Edward's going to be left with the legacy of the decision to declare war, we'll see. I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any suggestions for how to handle it, because in medieval times, having crusaders and wars and things, it's not like it wasn't common or anything. And that seemed appropriate to me, especially given what happened last part. I was thinking about it afterwards and I was like, there is no way the king's not declaring war. It was his mother and he loved her very much. And Amy is probably supportive of that because she also loved her mother very much. I mean, Arabella wasn't a bad mother or queen. The Kingdom of Windenburg is probably completely outraged at what happened and very supportive of the situation. So, you know, it is what it is. Let me know though if you have any suggestions for ways I could work the conflict into the story within the parameters of The Sims 4. I'd love to hear from you. Also, likewise, if you have any suggestions for traits for Felix for when he's a child, we've got a while on that, then I'd love to hear those as well. Currently all I can think is lazy. Maybe Felix has just got no stamina and we can talk about it that way. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, you know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.